Hey Ranger Nation, so today I want to review Drakkon issue 2. I generally thought I reviewed this and I looked and I hadn't. So, okay, this issue is actually really good. So basically for a while we'd been wondering who the guy is in the metal suit, and it was Jason. You already know this. I'm just literally letting you know it's Jason, and I called it. I generally knew it was going to be Jason because you never saw the body at all when obviously Drakkon burst in, defeated Jason. You never saw the body, so it would make more sense to put him in a metal man suit type thing rather than kind of get rid of him. And I love the fact that everyone is shocked about this. They're like, oh my god, like Jason, he's back. And he's got that kind of Austin look, you know, when Austin grew that beard out and stuff like that, which was fine. I really kind of thought this was like, that was cool because it felt like everyone had been together. Now, I know Billy is dead within this universe, but dear God, it would be so cool if Billy had turned up and he was like, hi guys, and it would have been a massive kind of reunion and everybody was just amazed. Now, one thing in this is I don't like Jason. I think that it is, his character is so arrogant, so kind of, I am right, you are wrong. And I can understand because obviously Jason has been in this metal suit for a long time. And obviously he's seen stuff that shouldn't have been a thing. I can understand that. But obviously as his friends, like, you know, they're not Drakkon, so he should be listening to them and actually kind of doing stuff with them rather than fighting against them. Now, as soon as he comes out, like, I love the fact that Adam just comes running in and Jason just punches him because he thinks they're under attack, that, you know, the sentries. I can't really fault him for this, and I wholeheartedly understand it. You find out about Eclipta and who she is and what's the story about her and exactly how the deadlock works. If Jason was released at any point, then the signal would go off and then they would pick it up. And that is a really kind of cool way of saying, hey, I've got a fail-safe against you. And he has another one later on, which we're going to talk about when we get to that page. But I generally thought that this entire whole comic was fantastic in the way of the writing of the story. I like the fact that, you know, everyone had to restrain Jason, mainly Kimberly, like going on about what's been going on. So she held him back when they explained that Adam was this, like, he's a good guy, he's on their side. But I also love the fact that you've got Scorpina and Kimberly kind of like having a bet type thing when like, oh, it's an alien and stuff, the creatures from space, and it's just this panel of them just not saying anything and then going in, I told you. And I kind of really like this. I like this sort of humor because you see Kim looking a little bit kind of annoyed. Now we move into a fact that Drakkon turns around and says that Rita has gone and, you know, she's died and she's, you know, etc. And Scorpina follows him because obviously she knows that he's evil, so that was the best thing to do. But I generally kind of thought that, yeah, this is fine. It was interesting how he played the sorry card. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry that, you know, Rita's gone, and, you know, Scorpina like ate it up and she like kind of sided with him. So that was a very kind of not a unique thing, but it was very interesting. So with Eclipta coming to Earth and etc., like Scorpina is scared that she wants to get out of there, and I think that she wants to take Adam with her too. And I love the fact that in like one issue you've now got this entire relationship going on, and it's like it's not officially there, but it is, and I think that is kind of cool. The next part of this issue is that Adam has suggested that they have this coin, like they use the other coins to make more sentries, and Jason just loses it. And you kind of think, rather than talking through like you would do normally, he just goes on the attack. But Scorpina literally defends Adam, and I love this because she's like, oh, you were dead, let's fix that. And I think that's kind of cool. But Jason just has this entire whole mentality that he should be the right. He's not been around for such a long time, so he instantly thinks that he should be the leader. and that irritates me a lot, because you think that you, as a leader, you'd want to be caught up on all the information, but no, it's literally, it's either Jason's way or the highway. But then we kind of move into the part where Drakkon teases Jason, so we get a flashback to what happened. Drakkon starts teasing him, saying like, oh, beg for this coin and you can have it, you know, and Jason doesn't. He's like, I'm not going to give you that satisfaction because I know you're not going to give it to me anyway. And I love that, because Jason knows how Tommy or Drakkon is in this, and he's not playing into what's going on. I think over time you see a lot of what Drakkon has said, like, you know, he wants like kind of Jason to escape, and you see this quite a few times of how Jason does escape. He defeats sentries, but one thing is, when they encase him in the metal suit, one thing that I generally thought was a very good play on how to get Jason to stay there is, because Kimberly is brainwashed still, she follows the orders of Drakkon. Drakkon gives Kimberly an order and says, if Drakkon escapes, end it. Pretty much, just that. And she's like, yes, and she follows that order. And Jason obviously doesn't want to lose Kimberly at all. And I was like, oh my god, that's really kind of dark. But in a way, a good way to saying like Jason's always going to stay put. He's never going to leave. Jason tells him that Drakkon kills Rita. Scorpina finds out. She's sad and she's angry. She attacks like this statue, and then suddenly Adam like comforts her. Basically, Scorpina turns around and goes like, "What are you doing?" And Adam's like, "Oh, I'm comforting you." She goes, "I hate it." And he goes, "Do you want me to stop?" And she's like, "No." And I really liked Scorpina opening up. So she's like, I really want to be comforted. I don't care. And you're the one that I want you to do that with. And I love that. I love this sort of kind of play that they've got a relationship kind of going now. Everyone is getting the troops ready together to fight Eclipta, so that they can defeat her, get her going. And one thing is, I don't like Jason and what he does next. He just literally walks off, and you know what he's going to do. But the battle kind of like carries on. So everyone is kind of together, the coinless as well as the sentries, and they all start fighting. They go for Eclipta. She is winning. She's doing everything she's normally doing. And I like this. But the one thing that I generally really hate in this, and this is what Jason does. So much later on in the fight, when Scorpina is fighting Eclipta, everyone is doing it. And she literally calls out Adam, you know, when Eclipta is like going, hey, you know, I'm going to fight you, you know, you're not going to win, you're going to do this. And then all of a sudden, Adam jumps in, all morphed. He's about to hit her and actually probably win all this. But he demorphs, and everyone else does as well. All the powers have just gone. And everyone's going, what's going on? And at this point, Eclipta sees what the best thing to do is, and she kills Adam. She just ends it. But it's not like a slash, it's literally, I'm putting my hand in your chest and I am draining you and your life force is gone. And Scorpina is like, oh my god, I gave you an order not to die. And she tries to go after him, but Eclipta does this whole massive kind of energy beam that kind of wipes out. So when they all return to the city, there's fights going on. Like, people have demorphed, the coinless and the sentries are fighting each other, and it goes on for ages. And Scorpina literally, it feels like she's talking to herself. She's talking about Adam, like Adam is there. And she literally kind of steps in on this fight and kind of stops it, which is kind of cool. You see that I love Scorpina because she's changing, and that's what I like. The main end of this issue is that Jason has the power coins. He's got his power coin, he's got Zach and Trini's power coin as well, and he's saying, like, you know, the return of the Power Rangers. And this is fine, but I think that Jason should have waited until like they got back. That's the main gripe that I have in this issue, is because his recklessness caused more death. And even though he doesn't like the sentries, he literally caused the death of Adam, and I didn't like that. I felt like maybe Adam could have been a bit hurt more, that he could have said goodbye to Scorpina, but it was an instant, you're gone, one shot dead. And I hated this. And I hate Jason's mentality, because I know he's angry about Drakkon, I know this, but I hated the fact that he's just thinking about himself. And I know in issue 3, like I've talked about it, I can't remember if he just I just wanted Scorpina to punch and kick the crap out of him to let out the anger, but I know that he does, like, he defends himself, etc, etc. So this issue is really cool. I liked it. It's one of the better ones because it has more growth, it has more girth in it, it has everything that I like with this one. So for me personally, I think this is the better issue. You find out what happens to Jason, he's finally reunited, you have more character growth, but Jason is a massive dick. Not gonna lie, he is a massive dick in this one. And yeah, that's about it. So what do you think about issue 2? I know I'm very late to the party on this one, but what are your thoughts on this? Do you like this issue? Do you not? Let me know down below in the comments. Or do you think that Jason was in the right for taking the coins, etc, etc? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like the sort of video and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.